right, you guys, so grass cutting is done. Whew, another week down, right? Can't wait till it gets much cooler. But today I have a little bit of a miscellaneous video for you as I'm just starting to catch up and get back in full swing of gardening and get my body conditioned, really, because I've been off for about 6 weeks and I've gotten my muscles quite lax. So one thing that I really had to do besides cutting and yard maintenance is I want to start with, it was August 1st yesterday, and so it's time to start the tomatoes and the eggplants. And I would like to get different herbs, especially, well, celery's not an herb, or maybe it is. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments below. But I want to get some of my other herbs started. The things that have to go into the cold of the refrigerator, I'm going to get a couple of those things going, like the celery. Let them sit in dark for 3 days or 5 days or whenever I decide to pick it back up, maybe Monday or something. And then I'll bring them back out and they can get light, and hopefully the cold will have helped the process of germination. So let me pick out my tomatoes first. As you can see, I just have like a really big shoebox. Okay, so here's sweethearts. I wasn't going to do sweethearts, they weren't in the video, but I think I'll just do a couple. Chef's choice. I really am only looking for the 3 varieties that were in that other video. Oh, but I have lots of jet stars, and that would be good if I only have so many. I think I got to double check on the Dixie Reds. I might not have that many of those, or the Grand Marshalls. Those came from a company called Holmes, but then I was able to find them with a new company. Hold on. They're now starting to become popular, so they're being carried by other companies. Okay, oregano. We got to start oregano. Curota carrots. These are not now, but this will be in October. This is what I call barnyard mix on that napkin. Oh, here we go. Big Tasty Maters. Those are my own. Everglades cherries, no thank you. I have those grown wild. Red Snapper and Jet. Let's see. Oh my. Okay, here's my celery. Here's my other celery. Uh-oh, those are empty. See, I must have another box on the inside. Here's chamomile. Alrighty, you guys, I found my box I hadn't merged yet with all sorts of new seeds. And I'm also going to bring the Chianti back out, and I'm going to probably throw another 50 in. So this is lettuce, leeks, lettuce, celery. There's my new celery. Squash. Yeah. Holy basil. And then another one that spinach that grows a little bit better in the heat. I'm gonna trial this. Let's see. Sow in soil over 85 degrees. So yeah, these can go in the heat. Okay, that's perfect. I feel like I'm still missing stuff like the Grand Marshalls and Dixie Reds, but maybe not. Alright, so here we go. Then I'm trying to separate them. All right, you guys, so the first remaining tray, because I actually have the sunflowers in 3 rows, and then the cosmos never came up. I guess they were just too old. So anyhow, let me go through the tomatoes before we start going into the celery and the herbs, because I'm going to treat those completely different. So I have these that we call them the BTMs, which is Big Tasty Mater. My husband named them. They were just something from a store or whatever, put onto a napkin. We totally forgot whatever it was. And so they're excellent. They're determinants. They load up with the fruit, and then they all go red at the same time. So I have 2 rows of those. I have barnyard mix. So don't laugh. You know how chickens can be a barnyard mix? Well, I decided to do that because on the windowsill, you know, I tried to put the Jet Stars here, the Red Snapper here. I tried to put the Grand Marshalls here and the Dixie Reds here. And then when it came time to eat them all, I forgot what was what. So the barnyard mix is going to be one of those 4 varieties. And they're all great. I believe all of them are determinants. The Jet Stars might be indeterminate. But anyhow, regardless of what they are, they were all great large tomatoes. And they were all F1 hybrids. So they're not going to ring true to the parent anyhow, because they're no longer the F1 cross. They're now whatever crossed in the garden. Usually they stay within their own, plant variety. But anyhow, that's exactly what barnyard mix is. And so it'll be interesting to see, but whatever it is, it'll be big, right? So these are barnyard mix, 2 rows of that. Then I know for sure I have true Jet Stars in these 2 rows. Then I know for sure, no, I don't know for sure. These are, they say Red Snapper on the tag. I need to change that. But they could also be Jet Stars in these next 2 rows. Oh, by the way, you heard me say don't ever use Sharpie. Yeah, don't ever use Sharpie. Don't do what I just did. I did this only because all my pencils are in my office and somebody's sleeping in there right now. And the ones I had for construction this weekend, Jack broke the tip of the one, but I couldn't find the other one he was using. So until I can get in the house, in that room, and get a pencil, I just had to do it for the video. These are Camparis, so I have 2 rows of those. These are sort of like a small salad slicer or medium salad slicer. And then I have the Sweetheart tomato. We're going to bring that back. If I can find my Moby cherry tomato seeds, we'll do Moby also. And then this is just something I bought at Publix called a Santa Sweet, and they were actually really good. So I just squeezed, you probably saw that in the video, I just squeezed a bunch right here. Then I have Zephyr Squash, which I had no intention of planting, but I couldn't find my my golden scallop seeds. I might have to order more of those, because I may have just thought I had it because I had the packet and then really didn't have the seed. And then Benning's Green Tint, that's also scalloped squash. This is just a regular squash. It's half green, half yellow, and I do like those. So we'll find a home somewhere, even if it's in the food forest for them. And then I have something brand new to me called Smooth Leaf Spinach. Red Tabby is the name of that particular variety. It comes in a green variety, which I don't recall the name of, and then a red variety. And those were recommended by Jim Kovaleski on the Pete Canaris videos, Green Dreams. And he said they did real well in heat. And as I read off that packet earlier, they do germinate in heat, but they're not like a red Malabar spinach or a regular Malabar spinach. So I thought we would go ahead and try them for the fall when we're still kind of warm, but the daylight is short, and I'm really missing greens in my diet. So, it kills me to pay what I'm paying at the grocery store for those lettuces. So until I can get lettuce in the ground, I thought that might be a good addition to the garden as I start cleaning up. South garden is usually where we put all the lettuces and greens and stuff like that. Okay, so now let's move on. It's not really cold weather season, but I need to get some cold weather crops that grow very slowly into dirt and germinating. So stay tuned. Okay, so you did see me, or hopefully you saw me, do the Chianti red short day onion a week ago. No, when did we do that? The 19th of July. So that's actually been a little while. But anyhow, I just felt like my tray was a little shy of the number of red onions I would like to have when I harvest in May. So I'm going to just get another, we're just going to sprinkle on top. They barely need any covering. So we're just going to make an extra little tray of this just to make up for any shortcomings. And you can either sprinkle, see they require, oh it doesn't say it on this packet, but I just know from experience, the seeds are very small, right? So you can either do a light dusting on them, or you can do this little massage thing where they kind of just fall on into there. And I really don't want to add any extra dirt into here. So anyhow, that should be just enough, just, I don't know what you want to call it, just a light roughing up of the soil. And that should make that better. Hopefully I didn't take on too many seeds in my fingers. And I already have my label in here. And I found a bunch more of these strawberry containers when I was cleaning up the shed last week. And so I thought this is perfect. Hopefully the water's already drained down there. I see it's a little dry, so I may re-water again tonight. So we're going to put that there. I am putting the lid on it just to keep the squirrels out of it for a day or two, because my squirrels absolutely can't seem to resist fresh dirt. Okay, and then number 2. So this is Tango celery, and it does, oh, sorry, I made a mess there. It has low germination, I'll just tell you that right there. And it requires temperatures of 70 to 75 degrees to germinate. Our nights are 77, 78, 79 degrees. That is not cold enough to germinate this celery. So we're going to do a little trick. You may have seen it in other channels too. That's awesome if you're ahead of the game. But if this is new to you, then great. I'm glad you're watching. The celery seeds are very little. Gosh, there's not many in there. It says 250 seeds, but gosh, that doesn't look like 250 to me. My goal is to get this is probably like the tiniest seed ever. I don't know if you can see that. My goal is to get approximately 8 celery plants. Maybe give away some. I always like to give away stuff. Especially something like this that takes, 12 weeks to get up to transplanting date. Or roughly, but like November. And, I don't want people to be going, oh my gosh, it's too late now. And I go, it's nice to surprise them with, here you go. It's right here. Again, we're going to just, golly, I hate to do too much. Maybe this one. This one I'm going to barely sprinkle. I'll just show you the variety. Plus those seeds are so little, I don't want them to end up staying on my fingers. That's it. Just a teeny tiny bit. I don't know that they need light to germinate, but they definitely don't need to struggle to come out of that ground right there. All right. Hold on, let me water this down just slightly again. Come with. Okay, so I decided to do the other herbs in these little 4-cell trays. They're just something left over I had from the spring or last year. I never hardly throw away stuff. Once in a while, I have got rid of those big pots because I became overrun with it. So I'm gonna work with these. They're perfect for what I need. I need holy basil. And I believe this is going to germinate in the heat. 70 degrees. So this is, I'm going to put cold on my tag. So that reminds me to bring this one inside. That's how we're going to keep them separate. And, come on. Butterfingers. Oh, these are little tiny seeds too. Maybe I'll put holes too small or too deep. Sorry. Can't walk and talk at the same time. Chew gum. I think we're gonna go like that. Maybe we'll do a second. These seeds are tiny. Oh my goodness. And this is how seeds jump from one tray to another, because you absolutely don't know where your seed went. Especially with my new eyes, my cataracts surgery. I can see pretty doggone good. I got 20/20, if not better, in a lot of light, but in shade like this, maybe not. So, okay. So I'm just gonna kind of cover that, pretend like it's covered. We're gonna bring this into the refrigerator like with the others. Okay. Sweet basil. Oh, where have you been? I've been missing you, sweet basil. Sweet basil requires, oh, it doesn't really say, but we're gonna assume that it may also be needing cold weather, so we'll probably bring this one inside too. Usually I give them about two per tray, or 2 per cell, excuse me, in the tray. There goes my brain not functioning with my mouth because I'm doing stuff. 2 things. Okay, make a little. Those were coated. Did you happen to notice they had little green coated seeds? That makes them way easier to see. Okay, let's just kind of cover those just ever so slightly. And then, as long as we're at it, let's do a little bit of Persian basil. I don't even think I ate this last year, but it's just pretty. Sometimes you just gotta grow things for pretty. Just gonna do 1/4 cell tray with this. This is Giants of Italy parsley. I'm thinking this is, how many years old is this? Does it have a date? It's old, I'm sure. I'm sure if this doesn't germinate, then I'll just go get some from the fresh from another area where I store seeds. All right, so we're gonna put a bunch in there. Oh, I might have had one jump over to the basil. It's right there on the line. Go. All right. Parsley. Everybody needs parsley. And you know what I'll do? I won't do it on camera, but I'm gonna probably go get some cilantro and put cilantro in here too. So that was Giants of Italy parsley. And that also needs to be cold. Okay, we're just gonna repeat a lot of the process here. This is not really fresh cilantro, but from 2021. And I'm just gonna put a whole bunch in there. I don't even like to cover it. And I will probably sow, like do a succession sowing every month of cilantro. I'm just gonna rough that up a little bit, but not too much. I really don't think it matters to cilantro if they see light or not. It's not been my case. I've just thrown them out a lot of times, and a lot of times I just find them wherever I last put the seed up. They just grow wherever they want. I did find my Grand Marshal seeds, and they were in my other hiding spot. So I'm just kind of flex some of these off. Be careful doing that. They don't go scattering across wherever. Maybe I should just... I'm putting them, instead of individual cells, I'm doing sort of like a mass section sowing, and that's okay. There's like 20 seeds on there. And then I'll separate them. Once they start germinating, I will separate them. Oh, come on. I want to make sure I get a good dozen or so, which I think I've done that. These are technically the F2 cross, not the F1s. This is where 2 adults of the F1 crossed, and that makes it an F2. Just trying to keep some simple genetics there. And these will get a slight covering. Oops, whatever that is. No. Yeah, that's good right there. I'm going to leave that there. That's gross. And I'm going to do Black Beauty eggplants on this side. And I saved my own seed. And it's really easy to do with a cheese grater. I'm just going to put a few like that. That's way more than I need. But I run the eggplant over a cheese grater with the wide holes, and then you put them in water and the seeds easily float down to the bottom. It's such an easy plant to save seeds on. I think Living Traditions years ago had a great video on how to do that. Okay, you guys, as you can see, I have my tray of cold weather crops that are supposed to germinate at 70 to 75, which I don't have right now. So they are heading into the garage fridge for 3 days. Let's see, today is Tuesday. So I'll bring them out for the weekend and then let them see some sun, and hopefully they're either germinated or they will be germinating soon. So you guys, take care, God bless. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. My husband loves when I do this. Look at the mess. Oh no.